All right, you know what time it is. It's time to make picks again. As this time, we're starting with Thursday. Of course, that's October 31st. That's tonight. And that will last all the way through November 3rd, which is Sunday. Actually, November 4th, which is Monday. So, last week, for college, I went 11-5 for games I picked correctly, and 6-10 against the spread. I picked 16 games last week for college. It's probably going to vary how many I pick per week, because it's how many games I actually think are interesting and worth actually picking for. Then the NFL, I went 10-5, and then against the spread, I went 8-7. This is going to stay the same. I'm going to pick for every game in the NFL. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. But now, let's move on to college. Alright, so with college, I ended up having, I think, 9 games I'm picking from this week. So we'll start off with West Virginia Baylor. Baylor's favored by 18.5. I don't think they'll end up reaching that 18.5, but I do think they'll win the game. Then we got Virginia Tech and Notre Dame. Notre Dame's favored by 17.5 points, and I actually think Notre Dame's going to shut people out, probably win by 20 or more, and that's going to be the end of the story. Then we got big game of the week, Georgia and Florida. Florida is not favored by 6.5 points. Georgia is, and I think Georgia will end up winning by more than a touchdown against Florida to prove a point to people again. Then we have Utah and Washington. Utah's favored by 3.5 points. I think Washington's going to end up winning this game. As you know, Pac-12 madness always goes our way. Oregon USC. USC is favored to lose this game by 4.5 points. And I think USC will end up winning this game. And they will beat that 4.5 point spread, of course, because, yeah. Then we have TCU and Oklahoma State. And I think Oklahoma State is favored by 2.5 points. And I think Oklahoma State will cover that and win. Then we have NC State and Wake Forest. And Wake Forest is favored by 7.5 points. I think Wake Forest will win, but I think NC State is going to actually keep this a close game. Then we have SMU and Memphis. Memphis favored by 6 points. Now, I don't think it's even going to be close. I think SMU is going to be a really good team, and they will win. So, in that one, I have Memphis, Wake Forest, Oklahoma State, USC, Washington, Georgia, Notre Dame, and Baylor winning their games. So let's move on to the NFL. For Thursday Night Football, we got 49ers and the Cardinals. 49ers favored by 10.5. They will likely cover that and win as well. Then we have Colts and the Steelers. Colts are only favored by a point. I say put the hammer down. Put your money on this game. The Colts will win by more than 1 point. I don't know why it's 1. They've won all their games more than 1 point. But it's going to be a lot more than 1. I promise you that. Then we have Browns and Broncos. If it wasn't for the press conference today, the Browns are only favored by 3. But if it wasn't for that press conference, I'd say it'd be probably close to this. But Baker Mayfield's probably going to go off. He's mad. And you know how he plays when he's mad. Browns will blow out the Broncos this game. We have Texans and Jaguars. Texans are favored by a point. I don't think it's going to go well for the Texans. I'll be honest. They have no pass rush anymore. Clowney is not even with them. He's in Seattle. J.J. Watt's out for the year. Who do you got to rush the quarterback? Jaguars win this. Redskins and Bills. Bills are favored by 9.5 points. The Bills will cover that and win as well. Then we got Vikings and Chiefs. And the Vikings are favored by 2.5 points. If Patrick Mahomes was playing, I think the Chiefs would end up winning this. But I'm pretty sure he is not. So the Vikings, I think, will end up covering this and winning the game. Then we have the Jets and Dolphins. Be on the lookout for the Dolphins' first win, but I do not think it will happen. I think the Jets will actually cover the spread and win as well. As Sam Darnold has proved, he can do a good amount against a decent defense, and we all know the Dolphins' defense ain't decent. So I'm hoping Sam Darnold will be able to do a lot against the Dolphins' defense. Then we have the Bears and Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 5. I think the Eagles will win, but the Bears will probably keep it in with a field goal. Their defense is really good at keeping the games close, but their offense is not very good at actually winning the games for them and blowing teams out. Then we have the Titans and Panthers. Panthers are favored by 3.5 points. This one's a close one. It really depends on how Kyle Allen does end up playing. I think Kyle Allen will end up coming back to form against the Titans. I think he just had a rough game against the 49ers, but I think the Panthers will cover the spread and win this game. Now, the game I'm on the lookout for is the Lions and Raiders, as the Raiders are favored by 2 points. The Raiders played the Texans closely, but you gotta remember, that was without J.J. Watt rushing the quarterback, Derek Carr, for the Raiders. I think the Lions will end up winning this game, and they'll improve to 4-3-1. And also beat the spread, of course. Then we have the Bucs and the Seahawks. The Seahawks are favored by 6 points, and I think the Seahawks will easily win this game by more than 6 points. Probably a touchdown at least. Then we have the Packers and Chargers. The Packers are favored by 3 points. This is really low, especially since the Chargers just barely beat the Bears. But then again, it happened one year where they about came back and made the playoffs. Why not again? But I don't think this game will start out for them very well, as Packers, Aaron Rodgers are doing very well, and they will easily cover this spread. Then we have Patriots and Ravens. It's Bill Belichick. Patriots are only favored by 3.5 points. Put all your damn money on that one. Patriots are going to blow out the Ravens. Belichick has a whole plan schemed up to confuse the crap out of Lamar Jackson. I don't think this game's going to be relatively even close. Then we have the Cowboys and Giants. The Cowboys are favored by 7 points. I think this one's going to be close. I don't know how this is going to go. It really depends which Cowboys team we see. We've seen the good one, we see the bad one, we've seen the mediocre one. It's confusing, but I think the Cowboys, you have to go off like a gut trust that the Cowboys will play like they're supposed to, at least mediocre. And if they play mediocre, at least they should beat the Giants by more than 7. So I'm going to trust that. So my picks this week, just normal pick'ems: 49ers, Colts, Browns, Jaguars, Bills, Vikings, Jets, the Eagles, the Panthers, the Lions, Seahawks, Packers, Patriots, and of course the Cowboys. So, what are your guys' picks this week for NFL and of course college football? I want to hear them down below. Also, if you have a sports suggestion for me, I'd like to hear it down in the comments below. I might pick one of your guys' suggestions for the next video. You may never know. Also, just thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to click those links down there. There's Instagram, Twitter, Discord, and Patreon. And of course, just make sure to keep that sports fleet flowing throughout the day.